Hey, what's going on, everybody? James here with Heavyweight Politics. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Today, we got a story from DC, and I'm just going to say this right now. If you have not moved out of DC yet, what the heck are you waiting for at this point? Because they have just added a whole new layer to the lockdowns now that are just more authoritarian than even before, which is hard to even believe, right? So we got this story here from USA Today. Washington actually bans wedding dances, with some couples calling it a bit extreme. A bit, only a bit extreme, just a bit extreme, just a bit extreme. You can't dance with the person who you're going to be, living with, but we're just going to call that just a little bit extreme, just a little bit extreme. So, Washington resident and bride Shakira Tobin's father died in a car accident 3 years ago, and to honor her father and her wedding reception, Tobin had planned to dance with her mother as they both held a photo of him. That's very sweet. That's very nice. But Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser, which, who could be more aptly named than her? Bowser. Just fantastic name, right? Ban on dancing at weddings put a pause on Tobin's future to her father. Now let's go put it this way. She's dancing with her mother, right? Holding a picture of her father. You don't think they already spend time together? You don't. We're going to stop them from dancing, but they probably have spent lunches together, breakfast together. Come on, people are still visiting their relatives out there. But no, we can't let them dance together. We can't let them dance together. For others, dancing at their wedding maybe is just that way I put it. Dancing at their wedding maybe is just dancing. But this is more than an inconvenience. This ban takes away a special moment with my mother and my dead father, Tobin told USA Today. Bowser's orders, which went into effect May 1st, states guests at weddings must remain seated and socially distanced from one another or other household groups. Venues hosting weddings may open with 25% capacity or fewer than 250 guests. Standing and dancing receptions are not allowed. So not even just dancing, actually standing at a wedding is now banned in DC. What are you still doing living there, people? I do not know what's going on. Bowser said the ban is in effect until May 20th, but will probably be extended according to the Washington Post. Extended, of course. The ban prohibiting wedding traditions such as cocktail hours and father-daughter dances has faced backlash. For one groom, the ban even means breaking a religious tradition. Daniel Shazan plans to marry his high school sweetheart on June 4th at a 40-person wedding in District of Columbia. Raised a devout Jew, Shazan said he can't imagine skipping a traditional horror dance during his reception. And this, again, go back up to the top here. Traditions such as cocktail hours aren't allowed. Cocktail hours aren't allowed. And of course, is it any surprise that Democrats are cracking down on tradition normally held by the Jews? We see what's happening in places like New York, where are they cracking down on the most? Oh, that's right, in the Jewish areas. Custom indicates Shazan, as the last to wed in his family, would dance with his parents in a dance called the Maziki? I don't know. Although he understands Bowser's COVID-19 precautions, Shazan wishes it didn't come at the cost of his wedding customs. So we, including my family, are at a crossroads. We are vaccinated. They are vaccinated and feeling safer about having a smaller wedding. But now we can't stand or dance at our own wedding, Shazan said. It seems a bit extreme to me. Again, just a bit extreme, not totally extreme. You can't stand or dance at your own wedding even though you're all fully vaccinated and it's a small venue. But that's just a little bit extreme. Just a little bit extreme. Not very extreme, just a little bit. What are you doing in DC? Please tell me. Why are you still getting married there? Go somewhere else. You're not too far away from areas that are actually open, right? You're not too far away from places like West Virginia. Go get married in the mountains, man. Make a vacation out of it, right? There's plenty of stuff you can do. I'm not sure if you can keep kosher out there. I have no idea. But the point is, if you're getting married in a place like DC, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you in any of these places? That makes no sense. So I'll say this: when the pandemic first started, right? My sister was. She was supposed to get married kind of right around the start of the pandemic. Well, we had to postpone because North Carolina, of course, has, again, an authoritarian governor, right? Who said, no, you can't have any gatherings of more than 10 people. Well, We didn't exactly break the rule. Oh yeah, we kind of broke the rules a little bit. We went ahead. They went ahead and at least got married at the church with a few people. It wasn't too many. I think it was still over 10, but they went ahead and at least got married in the eyes of the Lord. And then we postponed the big reception date because they already had a venue picked out in Virginia mountains. Right, beautiful, just beautiful, gorgeous area. They still went ahead and got married. You can still go ahead and get married. Go ahead and do that at the very least. Don't postpone your wedding. But what are you doing still living in these areas? Just at this point, when the pandemic first started, we all kind of went, okay, we'll postpone a little bit. We'll postpone a little bit. You really going to postpone again? No, at this point, leave these areas. Go to an area. Go ahead and get married. Do not wait. Just do it, right? Just go ahead to West Virginia, to I don't know, South Dakota. South Dakota's gorgeous. Go out South Dakota, North Dakota, Texas. I don't care. Go somewhere that's actually free and just go ahead and get married. Have whatever party you want to have. You're fully vaccinated, for God's sake. What are you doing? Makes no sense at all. Wedding planner Tiffany Balmer has offered her clients a solution to the non-dancing ordinance. Yeah, I just gave you a solution. Don't have your wedding in DC. Go somewhere else. That's your solution. Balmer told USA Today that some couples have pre-recorded their father-daughter and bridal party dances and played them on the screen during the receptions. Absolutely stupid. Other couples have opted to briefly dance after they exchange vows at the altar. Again, totally stupid. Tobin said the dancing ban isn't lifted by her wedding June 11th. She and her mother will record their dance, including photos of their late father and a video tribute. Tobin said this would be the worst case backup plan. Why are you still having it there? Just leave DC. Have it anywhere else. Even the places that are really heavily locked down, they still at least allow dancing, for God's sake. Balmer said that although most couples have rescheduled their weddings for 2022, the ones who didn't have been getting creative around the COVID-19 restrictions. Despite the backlash Bowser's orders has faced, Balmer said she respects the mayor's decision to be cautious. No, I have no respect for that woman. You do not get the right to tell people they can't have their religious traditions. You do not have the right to tell people that you can't even dance with your loved ones. That is absolutely, again, authoritarian nightmare, just dystopian novel type crap. That is ridiculous. No respect whatsoever. And the couples rescheduling their weddings, don't reschedule. Don't reschedule. Go ahead, at least get married at church. Again, my sister went ahead and at least got married at the church, right? Go ahead, get married in the eyes of the Lord, if you are religious at least. And at least go ahead, have that done. You don't have to have a big reception. Be like Braveheart. Get married in private, it's secret, whatever, with whatever religious, leader you have, I guess, whatever religion you might be. Go ahead, at least get married. All right, marriage is a great thing. All right, getting married was the greatest thing I ever did, right? Besides maybe having a kid, which I just recently had, right? It is an amazing thing. Go get married. Don't wait. Don't postpone. And if you're going to postpone anything, postpone maybe like a public wedding, right? Like, again, my sister waited to do her public wedding until after some of the restrictions got lifted, but at least went ahead and got married. That is how it should be done, right? Don't postpone until 2022, because guess what? It ain't going to be let up in 2022. It just isn't. They said it was going to be let up. They said it was 15 days. What are we on? We're like on a year and a couple months of a 15 days of slow to spread. It's not going to be let up. The last thing a wedding planner or a wedding party wants is to have an outbreak at a wedding. So if Bowser's ban can prevent that even more so, it's a reasonable decision. No, it is not a reasonable decision. It is a terrible decision. There is no way around that. The ban is supported by public health experts such as Lynn Goldman, Dean of George Washington University, Milken's Institute School of Public Health. Goldman told the Post that the virus-laden droplets are more easily spread when people are in close contact during activities such as dancing. Well, I don't doubt that. The point is, you don't have a right to tell people that they can't dance. You have a right to inform people, hey, if you don't want to dance, you better, there's a chance you get sick while dancing, so make your own decision. We already saw the guy up there, he said they were fully vaccinated. They made a decision to get vaccinated, right? Okay, guess what? If you're in at-risk category, 100%, awesome, go ahead, do that. They're lowering their amount to 40 people. You know what? Hey, sure, you have the right to do that too. That's, you do you, whatever makes you feel comfortable at your wedding, go ahead and do. The issue isn't that people are taking precautions on their own volition, right? That's a good thing. That's freedom. All right. I might not take the same precautions, But it's good that they have the right to be able to take whatever precaution they want to take. The issue here is the authoritarian nightmare of a government that can actually tell you you can't dance with someone, all right? It's like Footloose, for God's sake. You can't dance. Coming in closer to each other is more of a concern than touching because it's airborne transmission you worry about. Now, didn't the CDC just recently say that it doesn't matter if you're 6 feet apart or like 60 foot apart, like it's still transmissible, right? So it seems to me like this is going against the science, but hey, that's just me. And masks aren't perfect. You create more droplets when you breathe heavy or exercising. No duh. No duh. Tobin said that although she respects the public experts and Bowser's reasoning, she can't help but feel the ban is excessive. It is. What's a wedding without dancing? It takes away a huge moment, and I'm crossing my fingers the ban will be lifted sooner rather than later. And that is just awful. That's just terrible. My God, these people. So, yes, DC is now banned dancing, right? Mayor Bowser is just on a power trip, saying that, hey, you can't even dance with your loved ones anymore, all right? We're already sitting there cracking down on what people can do in their churches and their own homes. Now we're going to say you can't even dance with the person you're marrying. You can't have a cocktail hour. You can't even do that. I mean, come on, this is absolutely insanity. If you live in DC, you need to leave. You just need to leave. If you live in New York, you need to leave. If you live in any of these terrible authoritarian nightmare areas, go ahead and get the hell out. What are you doing? All right, I live in an area that's decently open right now, right? I live in North Carolina where we're somewhat open, not all the way. We still have to wear masks and things like that. And even we're considering right now moving out to places like Tennessee or something, right? Maybe up in the mountains out there, just because, well, for one, it's beautiful, and two, it is more free, it is more open, right? You need to vote on your feet. Get the hell out of these areas, let them crumble, and let them reap the rewards from which they, reap the rewards from their own policies, right? And that's the only solution here. Leave these areas, let them collapse. And all of us, at least who are similar, like-minded individuals, we can at least solidify some more red states, right? So if you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.